Welcome back to our show, your show, Let's Talk Stocks. In studio with us this morning is Kimberly Duffus, and she's a founder and CEO of Kimanda Mrs. Of course, it's a fashion company, and she's going to tell you all about it, why she got into this business and how it's been doing thus far. Welcome to the show, Kimberly.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so Kimanda Mrs. Where you got that name from?
So Kimanda Mrs. is just a combination of both my middle names, Kimberly and Amanda, put together. When I started, I had to come up with a name, and that was what I chose.
Why fashion?
Fashion chose me. I was sketching all along from I was a kid, and then when I finished school, I was trying to figure out what to do, and the people around me were just like, this is what you should be doing, and here we are.
And do you consider yourself as an entrepreneur or just a fashion designer or both?
Both. Absolutely. There's a business side to it because you never want to be a starving artist.
Absolutely. It is, and I deliberately ask you that because many of our people, especially local Jamaican people, we tend to, yeah, we have this idea, we have this passion, we want to do it, but we never get to properly monetize or take it seriously as a business. And I believe that's a weakness in a lot of what we do. I think we have possibly some of the most entrepreneurial gifted persons.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a thin line between staying between an artist and wanting to create and the business side. You know, we can bury our heads in the sand as much as we want, but
yeah,
if you're just creating and, you know, you're not managing the business side of it, you're just going to be full of creations. And you want people to enjoy your creations. So.
How long have you been in the fashion business, though, Kimberly?
Okay. Well, I started in 2013, and I was getting a good amount of press, you know, the newspapers, interviews, media. And then in 2015, I had the opportunity to leave Jamaica to work in the Middle East for an airline there. And I took the opportunity, and I returned just in COVID, and here we are.
So you went off, saw the world, and saw fashion all over, saw what the world was wearing, and you came back now to
armed.
And is it that, you know, you got tired of this flying, or your passion just kept calling?
Well, my passion definitely wouldn't, the fire, as my mentor would have said, you know, that fire inside never really dies when you have a calling for something. And also the flying itself was taking a toll on my body, so I really was becoming tired, literally.
How would you describe Jamaica's fashion landscape? I mean, compared to other places you've been, you've seen some other things. How would you describe our landscape in terms of the fashion and our creatives?
Well, I would say, number one, it's diverse, because still we're out of many. And also very maybe liberal, open-minded in a sense too, because we do have our extremities,
yes,
which I think is very freeing. And then we also have our more reserved side as well. So
yes, we have
the diverse would be
the entertainers, dancehall,
and soca.
And then we have the Christians.
Then we have the Christians.
So it's
religion.
Yeah. Jamaicans, though, one of the things we've noticed, Jamaicans are very creative, and our creatives have really taken the world by storm in a lot of sense. Is there scope for our fashion creatives to really take that next step, to lift it to the next level?
Absolutely. I mean, just as you've mentioned, you know, we've excelled in music, sports, and soon in theater, also very soon in fashion. So,
and you see us really being the Milan, the Paris.
Of course, our models are there. So
And we're very good at bringing that back to Jamaica. We've done very well with that kind of thing. How competitive is our fashion landscape here locally?
Well, competition, as I said, we're diverse. In my niche, you know, I wouldn't say I have that much competition, thankfully. But there's so much different subcultures that we have, you know, there's more than enough space for healthy competition then.
Okay. Talk to me about your niche. Yes, you said your niche. Talk to me about that
I'm on the spot now.
Yeah.
So my niche is the individual who prefers to effortlessly stand out, you know.
Okay.
They don't look like they're trying. And their garments are normally tailored to their body type, shape.
Okay.
It's made for them. And, you know, we're not all the same size, height, etc. And you really just want to rock what works for you so that you look your best.
And you're able to do that for your clients.
Bespoke.
Okay. All right. What is there a signature?
Like a red thread, you mean?
Yeah, for you, that when people see that, they know, there goes Kimberly.
Thank you for that question. I like it a lot. When I just started out, it was mostly black and white. People would call me the black and white girl.
Okay.
I actually started out in corporate wear, but thankfully, through the experience, you know, of traveling and being expanded mentally, I've tapped into so many different outlets of, you know, style and not just the one stiff, restricted category. So you could find pretty much from going to bed, just something to wear 24 hours. So
that's you.
Yeah.
In terms of you said at the start of the show that pretty much what all your designs are locally made, from start to finish.
Absolutely. Yeah,
and that includes the fabric.
Fabrics,
or you import the fabric, but the clothing is made here.
So sometimes I'm able to get the fabric I want here. However, because I'm looking to maintain a certain standard of quality, right? I will have to and have outsourced my fabric. Sometimes, most times, that involves me traveling to see the fabric because you have to really look at, feel, test,
that's important.
Wash test, wear test, because you want garments to have longevity, you know, not just one wear and then, halas, that's it.
That's funny though, because especially for the ladies, I mean, you guys don't wear one thing twice.
I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Okay. But I get what you mean. Absolutely.
And you find that Jamaican fashion is in demand internationally?
Absolutely. Listen, majority of my customers are from overseas.
Okay.
Yes, my website. So I actually operate online mostly, and orders come in from France. Can you imagine France? Paris, which is a fashion maker. Yeah. France. I've had an order from Luxembourg. Germany many times, even in Dubai. Where else have I had from? Spain, the US, of course, Canada, even here in the Caribbean, from Guadeloupe. Guadeloupe is a French Caribbean, right? So I'm actually looking to cater to all of the world once they appreciate what I am providing or serving.
Here's the elephant in the room. I saw Chris Gayle recently got a well, I don't know if it's a nomination, but at least a mention in the reggae album category.
Okay.
But it was for an album that he did. It's mostly available over in India. No, India is massive.
He's a god there.
Yeah. So the question is, are we utilizing our resources, skill sets, talents, and collaborating enough? So, for instance, our fashion industry, are we utilizing, for example, the Chris Gales, the Usain Bolts of this world, the Shirleyans, etc., the Reggae Girls? You know, are we collaborating across the different lines of brand Jamaica to really get us to the next level? Is there opportunities there? Are we, you know?
Absolutely, and I want to tell you a funny story about Chris Gale. Once when I was heading back to Jamaica from Doha for my vacation, you know, you're going through customs and you have to take off all your stuff. And so I was there walking, and there was this giant of a man, just very flashy, but you couldn't make him out because I think he was wearing sunglasses probably. I mean, in the airport was bright, absolutely. And when I looked, I saw that it was the first time I ever actually seen him in person. And I just went over and waved my passport, and I realized, I realized all the, you know, the staff around, they were mostly like Indians, probably Pakistanis, but big cricketing people.
Yeah,
so I didn't realize, I was like, wow, he's definitely a god here because everybody's coming for a photo, etc. And he wanted a photo with me. I felt like a celebrity. But yes, absolutely. A couple years back, I reached out to the Reggae Girls on Instagram, and I have every intention to sponsor them. You know, I mean, we should be collaborating with across, I mean, all spheres, because, I mean, it's just one collective, and we can't do it alone. None of us can do it alone.
It's truly out of many one.
Absolutely.
All right, talk to me about your business itself. I mean, the business angle of what you do. Where do people find you, or how do they get access to the collections and so on?
Well, I am on all social media platforms as Kimanda Mrs. I mostly operate through my website. My customers here in Jamaica can find me between Barbican and Ligani. When they reach out, they'll get the personalized address. I don't have a physical space yet. And
your social media handles again?
Kimanda Mrs. KIMANDAMISSES. But if you just Google that, you'll find all the publications and avenues to reach me.
And they can see all the designs.
Yes, the website would have, and Instagram as well too.
Okay, there you go. All right, so that's Kimberly Duffus. She's CEO and founder of Kimanda Mrs. She's making waves, but more importantly, making fashion designed just for you. As we always say here on Let's Talk Stocks, we give you information to make better financial decisions. Come back with us tomorrow morning at 9. We'll have another wonderful program lined up for you.